Welcome to this pelvic floor friendly Pilates class. And I really want this class to benefit you. And in order to do that, we are going to slow down the practice and work with exercises safe for your body and your pelvic floor. This means it's not going to be the fastest paced class or most challenging class. During this class, stay interested in the experience. It's not about rushing through the exercises. We're going to foster deeper awareness and connections. So really taking your time. And if at any time it feels like there is too much pressure on the pelvic floor, feel free to refer back to one of the first exercises that we move with, diaphragmatic breathing, because it's actually so essential for not only your Pilates practice, but for your body and specifically for your pelvic floor as well. Let's go ahead and begin laying down onto your back on the mat, bending the knees, taking feet right in line with the hips, so parallel like railroad tracks, arms by your side. And to begin with, let's do a brief body scan. Notice where the weight of your skull is on the mat. As you continue breathing, see if you can just gently let your upper shoulders fall heavier on the mat. And notice the weight of the arms along the mat. So you keep breathing, take awareness to the spinal column. The curve of the neck is most likely off the mat. Upper and middle spine are heavier on the mat. Low spine may be curved off the mat or lighter. All of our curves are a little bit different. As you keep breathing, notice the weight in the pelvis. And notice the weight in the feet. We're going to come back to that sensation of weight in feet in just a little bit. But for right now, our first exercise is really essential, and often we bypass it. We're going to focus on deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. As you keep breathing, you're trying to breathe in to your ribs or side body here. And exhale, release. You can even put your hands on your rib cage if you'd like, thumbs wrapping behind. And if your hands are on your ribs, you'll sense as you inhale, breathing more into the thumbs first, then progressively wrapping towards the fingers. It's not uncommon, if you're not used to diaphragmatic breathing, for this to feel challenging, a little stiff, like you can't do it. Just keep coming back to this practice. Big, spacious breaths. If you breathe into the belly a little bit, that's okay, but we're not trying to force and focus our breath there. That actually isn't really beneficial for pelvic floor. Focus more on this diaphragmatic breathing 2 more times. And 1 last time. Very nice. As you keep breathing, take your arms by the sides of your body once again. You can still have that diaphragmatic breathing without the hands there. And exhale, rock the pelvis towards the belly button. So a little pelvic rock. And then take the pelvis away from the belly button. And this is slow once again. The entire tempo of this class is slow as a little reset for a body, working more awareness. Now as you keep gently rocking pelvis front to back, feel your weight press evenly into your feet. So we're adding on a little layer of awareness now. Pelvis rock, but really sense that you're pressing evenly into the feet. Still upper shoulders just dropping down to the floor. No reason to hold extra tension in the chest. And next time the pelvis comes to neutral, just natural curves of your spine, keep it there. And keep breathing in and out as you now more actively press into your feet. You may need to adjust where they are. So equal weight in the heels of the feet, the balls of the feet, outer and inner edges of the feet. This is really important. As you keep breathing, press evenly into your feet. And your next exhale, tilt the pelvis towards the belly button again. Then curl slowly, pelvis and spinal column up off the mat, keeping your shoulders and arms just falling down to the floor. Inhale once you're up. And exhale, roll down. So stay interested in this slow experience. This is your opportunity, fostering new connections and resetting. So you exhale for movement, pressing evenly into the feet. Whenever the pelvis is in its more lifted position, inhale. And then your exhale for movement to roll back down again. And continue this at your own pace. So as you continue, whenever you have your pause for the inhale, see if you can focus again on that deep diaphragmatic breathing. Feel shoulders and arms continue to stay heavy. We'll just do a few more times here, continuing to press evenly into feet. One last time. And next time your pelvis comes down to the mat, keep it there. Pelvis continues to stay still. You keep breathing in and out. Your next exhale, lift one leg up to tabletop, so shin parallel to the floor. And then the leg reaches right back down to where it was. So the toes may tap down and lift up. Still breathing in and out. So still breathing deeply. And if the toes reaching all the way down to the floor, if that feels too challenging, too much pressure, then just smaller range of motion. So you adjust your range of motion, and that changes how much the pelvic floor and core are going to work. And remember, this class isn't about the most challenging option. It's about the most beneficial option for you right now. One last time. Take the foot down and opposite leg to lift. Whenever you feel ready, start moving leg. It can be full range of motion or a different range. It's more about sensations, pelvis staying still. Not sensing like we have to move any other part of the body. So really isolated work. We're not sensing extra pressure either, pelvic floor. And this leg movement right now really is a foundational movement for a lot of the bigger leg movements we do in Pilates. You can always refer back to this in future classes. One last time. Very nice. Take your feet down, rotate palms to face up and open arms across from the shoulders. Your next breath, rotate pelvis to one side. Just rotate, passive rotation. We're not forcing anything here. And in this rotated position, I want you to go back to your diaphragmatic breathing once again. I'll take another deep breath here. And whenever you breathe out next time, bring the pelvis and knees back to center. When you're ready, switch to second side. So we're just going to stay here again for a few deep breaths. Breathing into your diaphragm. And your next breath, come back to center. Very nice. Let's roll onto one of your sides now on the mat. Knees can be bent for right now, feet together. And you'll keep your feet together. Really try to sense your shoulders and pelvis are stacked over one another, so we're not rolling forward and not rolling back either, but trying to sense the bones are stacking and in alignment. And your next breath out, open top knee and lower thigh down. And open the leg and lower. So a small clamshell motion. This is a really nice class as well. Where are you holding on to extra tension that you can release? Sometimes even in the jaw. So the exhale through the mouth can help relax the jaw, the throat, the chest. Two more times. 2 and 1. Very nice. Flex the foot, pull the thigh into, leg is parallel. Now actively push the leg away and bend the thigh in. Breathe out, push away. Inhale and exhale. So sometimes I like to visualize when I push the leg away, it's at the same time anchoring more into center body. So all my energy isn't reaching towards foot. There's a drawing up as well. One last time. Very nice. Bend the thigh in. And then rotate thigh, take your foot down and straighten bottom leg. Now we're going to activate bottom leg. And your heel's going to press up to the ceiling just a little bit. So we maybe start to sense bottom leg is straighter and stronger, and then relax. And again, find that press. And the foot may lift off the floor, it may not, but what we're after more is just feeling the leg engage, how it's relaxed, and then we go straight and strong. That's what we're after. So it may hover slightly, it may not. So just sense the muscles really tense, the foot staying flexed. 2 more times. 2. Now keep the legs straight and strong and keep breathing. Take 3 deep diaphragmatic breaths here. Another breath. Very nice. Let that leg release. And we'll switch sides. Come to second side now. So on second side, again, stacking shoulders, stacking pelvis, knees are bent. And your next exhale, open thigh. Your breath in, lower. This exercise is really nice to do with your shoulders and pelvis against a wall. Sometimes, if that feels comfortable, to ensure that you're not starting to roll back as the leg opens. So a lot of the movements that we are doing in this class are a little bit more isolated. And sometimes the isolated work is more challenging. It takes more awareness, and we just need to back off of pushing so much. Knowing that this restorative work, isolated work, is so beneficial for you. We'll just do a few more times here. And one last time. Very nice. Flex the foot, leg pulls into your chest, it stays parallel, and push your leg just straight, and then bend thigh in. Push leg to straight, bend leg in. And keep breathing, keep moving. Really have active, strong foot. Breath helps you as the leg goes straight. And if you breathe deeply, that actually does the work for you. You don't need to over grip or suck in. Actually, that sucking in of the abdominals doesn't really help the pelvic floor, makes it worse. 2 more times, 2 and 1. Very nice. Now roll the thigh out and opposite leg reaches along the floor. So top leg's just out of the way. The bottom leg can relax. It's nice to feel the difference between it's relaxed and then engage it. And then release. We'll just continue doing this. Your exhale, engage the leg. Just take it to straight and strong. You're just tensing the muscles. It may lift, but what we're not trying to do is go for how high can we lift the leg. This is just that maybe initial lift off simply because you're engaging the leg more. And even this work is working, working the body. Let's do 2 more times. Now keep your leg in a straighter position. Keep it engaged and keep breathing. This is your opportunity to focus more on your diaphragmatic breaths. Another breath here. Very nice. Lower that leg. Then roll onto your front side on your mat. You're going to take your nose just right above the mat, just hovering above the mat. Let's take your legs to the wide bottom corners of your mat. So legs may be a little bit wider than normal. And press into the tops of your feet here firmly. And now we're going to sense the buttocks reaching long to the heels of the feet. Notice if that makes a difference for your sensations you're feeling. Just sense buttocks reaching long to the heels of the feet. Crown of the head reaching forward. And we're going to keep the lower spine and abdomen, pelvis right where it is, feet incredibly heavy, and just a baby lift up with the upper and middle back. Just a teeny tiny lift. Just a small lift up. And down. Breathing. So legs staying engaged. Just 2 more times. Very nice. Bring your legs back to parallel and press into your knees. Really push into your knees and then push your arms just straight. Knees come underneath the pelvis here, shoulders right over the hands. And feel crown of the head, or sense crown of the head reach forward, pelvis reach back behind you. And tap into your deep diaphragmatic breath here. Now something that I want you to sense is where your weight is in your knees and along your feet. And can you energetically pull the thighs together and up? So it's like you're giving the mat a hug. And notice if that makes a difference for sensations. So keep trying to give the mat just a little hug here. Take another breath, inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Have a seat now on your mat in a position that feels comfortable. So cross-legged, maybe you want to elevate by a blanket. Open arms across from the shoulders and bend over side. Let's get some side bend in here. And then bring yourself up. Let's do the same side, bend over side. And keep breathing, bring yourself up. Really sense equal weight right now along the pelvis, so we're not tipping our shape or our pelvis over, just the side body. And one last time. Very nice. And now switch the cross of the legs if they're crossed so that you can do second side. So keep your weight equal in the pelvis as you bend over to one side. And up. Bend over side. And up. Keep breathing. 2 more times. Very nice. Now let's stay vertical. You can also end laying down on your back how we began. We're going to end with your diaphragmatic breaths. This is, again, an essential component of pelvic floor work, diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale through the nose, breathe through your diaphragm. And exhale. So if it feels like too much pressure in your seated position, lay onto your back again. Could also just feel easier to tap into diaphragmatic breathing laying on your back compared to seated. Another time here. Very nice work with that class and sticking with it. This experience, slower, more intentional, but this is how we're going to build strength really from the inside out. So keep coming back to this class when it makes sense for you. Have a beautiful day and join me on the mat soon.